Hi, and welcome to today's edition of the Market Analysis Pre-Market for today, August Friday the 12th. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, trader and educator with Vantage Markets. Well, let's see how we're going to end the week. Motorists' relief at the falling cost of filling up their gas tanks may be short-lived. Having surpassed a $5 a gallon in June, gasoline is back below $4, boosting consumer sentiment and contributing to hopes that runaway inflation may have peaked. But Brent crude is closing in on $100 a barrel again, at the same time as depressed demand at the pumps shows signs of picking up. Goldman Sachs analysts forecast Brent could climb back up to 130 by the end of the year, with gasoline at $5 a gallon once again. One reason for that is Europe's energy crisis, brought on by the current heat wave, fueling demand for air conditioning and, more significantly, reduced Russian gas supplies, which has sent the price of natural gas and electricity to record highs. As the world's top exporter of liquefied natural gas, that is good news for the US. But some countries have switched into cheaper oil for power generation is less positive. The International Energy Agency raises demand growth forecast by 380,000 barrels per day. However, the picture isn't clear, given that the Saudi Arabia-led OPEC oil cartel lowered its forecast at the same time. OPEC and its allies, including Russia, will raise production in September by a small amount and by less than President Joe Biden had hoped, by 100,000 barrels per day. The White House owned release of more than 1 million barrels per day from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve ends this fall. And we may add to this scenario that there is a new treaty for Iran to come back to the nuclear deal. If this happens, which is already sitting on the Atayola's desk and President Biden's desk for their signature, if this approved by both of them, then we could probably see obviously Iran's production online, and this could probably meet that demand and more, and then we could probably see a retracement on prices of crude oil, perhaps to $80. On another note, the White House is expected to take up Democrats' sweeping $430 billion package on energy and healthcare initiatives and tax proposals when it returns today. If passed and signed into law by President Biden, it will affect a variety of companies, industries, government agencies, and people. Already approved by the Senate, the bill provides $369 billion of tax credits and other payouts to producers of clean or renewable energy, from solar panels to wind turbines to biofuels. Its 7,500 consumer tax credits on EVs could benefit Tesla, Ford Motor, General Motors, and Hyundai. Also, it calls on the federal government to lease drilling rights on federal land and in the Gulf of Mexico to oil and gas producers before granting similar permits to wind and solar projects. That could open up new drilling opportunities for Shell, BP, and Chevron. So let's take a look at what the markets could probably be doing today before the open. So we saw that yesterday the Nasdaq had a pretty good rally. It has obviously now made a 20% recovery from the June 16th low of 11,080 ish. So now, technically speaking, Nasdaq is in a bull pattern, in a bull tendency. Okay, so we are in a bullish tendency in the Nasdaq, technically speaking. So I've created my resistance level at 13,600. We saw yesterday they actually came up to it, very close to it, shy of it, almost kissed it, and retraced back down to it. It found some support yesterday right around 13,300, and from there they're looking to return. So basically, right now we're waiting for the market to open. It's not really in an overbought an RSI, but it's nearly in there. So it could probably, perhaps, pop into the resistance. Will probably send the market back down lower. So be aware of that. Here we have the S&P 500. It is entering the overbought territory in the RSI. We have 4,300 as our resistance, so be wary of that. And then we have here our crude oil WTI contract. It is a neutral zone below the 50 mark level on the RSI, meaning that perhaps we could probably continue to see a pullback on crude oil on WTI towards my pivot point of $90. From here, finding some support and perhaps taking another leg up to see if we can reach that $95 resistance level. Here we have natural gas. Natural gas has made that 95, 950 high back in July, 26th of July. Should we come closer to it, we first need to reach back up to $9, and that's why I created that resistance. $9 is feasible. With all the demand, what's happening with Russia and whatnot, we could probably continue to see that obviously the demand will continue to stay here to be alive. So therefore, we could probably be seeing a $10 by the end of this quarter, September. Let's take a look at gold. All right, so gold has entered into I will say this, a lateral ranging scenario. Is fluctuating around my pivot point. It is not overbought. It is above the 50 mark level on the RSI, so we could probably continue to see a move to the upside. 1795 will be my first resistance. But obviously, I have 1800 as a psychological level for resistance. So I'm bullish on gold. Here we have silver. As same wise, it made that parabolic movement. It has retraced from it quite a bit, almost down to 20.200. From here has rebounded. My pivot is serving as a resistance right now. The 50-day moving average is closing in though, but I'm still bullish on silver. Copper. You guys, mark my words. Copper is going to make a lot of people happy. Oh shoots! Come on! No. Let's see. I went back on copper. Would I get my copper? No, I didn't get my copper contract back up. Okay, let me do it again. Oh boy. All right, so I gotta come and create my levels since I messed up and click back. All right, so maybe make this my support. I'm gonna make this 3.60. Let's clone this puppy. I'm gonna make this one my pivot point is gonna be 6.5. Let's clone this puppy and make this one my resistance level, and we are going to make this to be 80. Okay. All right, and we're gonna make this color right here. Okay, good. Now let's talk about again our price on copper. I was talking about it's gonna make a lot of people happy. I believe that copper will be the demand for copper will start to increase as time goes by. So therefore, there's not enough copper mined. So we need to keep that in perspective. Movement to the upside, should we see $40 by October, November? That is a possibility. Okay, so copper, I'm bullish. Here we have BTC, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really trying to sustain its level right around above the 23,500 psychological level. That's our psychological support. My pivot is right below that. I have my resistance at 24,600. So I would assume that Bitcoin is going to be making a channel movement above my 23,600 psychological level, and then looking to break that 24,600. Then we have the euro. Euro has been climbing steady back up, uh, looking to come up as high as 105 in the next couple of weeks, perhaps. But so far, it's in a range stage, lateral consolidation stage. Should we come and look to move above 103 to sustain that movement, it could probably be, it's not overbought, so there's a lot of time for that to happen. Here we have dollar index. Dollar index has finally come back up above 105. That's a level that is right now sustaining, creating that support, psychological support. 106 will be our resistance. All right. Well, this is for now. I will see you again, guys, at the end of the day after the market has closed, so we can go over our levels and see how they held. Until then, have a nice one. Oh, and by the way, on August 24th, I'm going to be doing a webinar, so stay tuned for that.